It's Jasmine. So today I have two different looks, kind of like a transitioning look from sweet to sultry or day to night, whatever you want to call it. And I'm super excited because I loved both looks, and that is so rare to just like one or more looks in a day. I just feel like that's so difficult, but I really enjoy it, so I hope you guys do as well. And let's start off with the sweet look. I'm so excited to get started with this look. It's currently nighttime, and nighttime is when all my creative juices flow, so I'm so excited to get right into this video. So I'm going to start off with my face as usual, and today I'm going to be using something brand new. I am going to be doing a review on these items because I did get the whole PR package. I'm going to be using the new Covergirl Full Spectrum Primer and Foundation. I've only used these once before, so I'm still kind of testing the waters to see if I like it or not. This is just going to be my first impressions on this, I guess. I mean, I already did a first impressions on my Instagram live, but I still feel like I just don't know if I like or if I don't like this combo. If you haven't heard any reviews from other people, I can tell you this. The primer claims to be mattifying. This whole line, the Full Spectrum collection, claims to be matte, and it claims to be inclusive, and honestly the matte primer doesn't feel like a matte primer. I don't think I've ever came across a matte primer that felt like it was going to be a matte primer other than the one from Catrice. Other than that, they've all felt hydrating and just dewy on the skin. I don't know, it just doesn't feel matte to me. You guys, I always tell you guys whenever I do foundation reviews that I am always a medium skin tone with a golden undertone, but tell me why the color that matches me is called light golden. I'm in the light category this time, so we're going to take 2 pumps and we're going to apply this all over the face, and I'm going to be using my ShopMissA sponge. This is their microfiber sponge. I do have a video where I compare this one to the Juno & Co one, so if you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend that you do because it's an interesting comparison, okay? So I'm gonna go straight into the sponge onto the face. Typically I don't do this, but I just don't want to get my fingertips dirty. So this is with 2 pumps all over my skin. Really nice, really fresh. Again, I don't think it's mattifying at all, but we are just gonna go ahead and into concealer. So for today, I have the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. I have the shade Light Beige, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my regular concealing with this. This one is pretty potent, so I'm gonna just use a very little bit. Since we are going for more of a sweet, innocent look, I want to make this one a little bit more lighter coverage and more skin-like, my skin but better. So we're just starting off with this little bit for now. I'm going to lightly fill in my eyebrows, and I know every single time I say that on my channel, I know I lie. I know I do, because there is no such thing as a light eyebrow. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to try really hard to just do like my eyebrow but better. This is just trying to enhance our natural features. So I'm just going to be using my Wet n Wild Ultimate Eyebrow Kit because I find that brow powder is the most natural. You could build it up if necessary, and it's easy to blend out. So I think what I want to do, I'm going to probably take the wax for the first time. I'm going to spread that across my eyebrows, and then I'm going to brush my eyebrow hairs up, and then I'll go in with the color to fill in the sparse areas. Okay, and then let's brush this up. I was gonna say I don't think she's doing anything, but I think she's doing something. There's something happening with my brows. It's not as potent as my Sigma brow wax, but she's still a wax, and there's definitely product in my eyebrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and find my eyebrow brush. Here she is. Yes, she is. And I have the lightest shade on my brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do upward strokes so that they look very fluffy and full and they look good. So just some light strokes through the brow. Now we're going to take the darker shade, and this is going to go on the outer portion of my brow, just because my hair is literally black, so I want it to match my hair. And then now let's take a dot of concealer right under the eyebrows, and then we're going to cut the underside of the brow, only that part, because I still want this to look very fresh, very natural, like my eyebrows are tinted. So just gonna go ahead and spread that out with a concealer brush. We're gonna go in with more of like a monochromatic look because I kind of want to do something like K-beauty inspired. I don't know. I really don't know what that means. I've tried so hard for the past few months to try and do like a K-beauty look, but it just never comes out right. So instead, I'm just gonna try and use this blush for my eyeshadow, my cheeks, and I thought it would be cool to use it because this one in particular has like 4 different variations of pink, and you know, I could potentially use that as like deepening out the crease, transition, and all that stuff. So hopefully I can get my full use out of this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start with, what kind of brush do I want? I think we might go in with this fluffy angled brush. I think that'll work. And I'm gonna start with the lightest shade, and this is going to be swept all over my eyes as a transition and as a base. So here I am just literally laying this color on the brush, and I am doing a windshield wiper motion. I don't see anything happening. I don't see it. But you know what? We'll build. We'll build. The next shade that seems pretty promising is this one down here. Yeah, it picked up on the brush. Okay, and then this one's gonna go right on top of that. So that lighter shade actually had a little bit of shimmer in it. So now my eyelid actually looks a little glossy in person. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. I highly doubt it. But that's what's happening in real life. We're switching brushes to a more denser blending brush. This is the Sigma E39, and now we're going to take the top shade right here, and we are going to go ahead and focus this into the outer corner and really try and deepen up this pink shade because I really want this to work. I'm so determined. And we are going to buff this in the outer corner in circular motions. Oh, that might have been it. The brush. It's all in the brush. So now, just gonna repeat that on the other side. Oh, she's coming together. I love that for me. I genuinely really love that. And then finally, the last shade. It's again gonna go into the outer corner, but this is gonna be more so focused on the eyelid and pretty much closer to my lash line. I'm gonna work on the lower lash line. So with that big blending brush, I actually took the lightest shade, the shimmery shade, and I'm focusing this in the inner corner as well as a little bit underneath my tear duct. And from there, I'm just gonna take the rest of the pinks and apply it. I'm not really going to do my trick where I apply the darkest shade towards my lash line. I'm just literally mixing the 3 and applying. I look a little sick. Okay, well, I'm going to make it work. Now I'm going to just take a big blush brush and I'm going to go ahead and apply this kind of like a contour, but not really. I'm just going to drag it from my hairline to my cheeks. For highlight, I'm going to try and focus my brush in the highlight area and apply this onto the high points of my face. I genuinely think I might just need mascara. I might need it. So we're gonna go in with the Essence Lash Princess mascara. You guys know this is my ride or die, and maybe this will just open up my eyes. Maybe this will give me a little bit of something extra. I don't know what it'll give me, but I think it just tied the look together. I'm going to go in with a gloss because I think it's cute. So I am going to use the new Full Spectrum by Covergirl. This is their Why Not lip gloss. And I'm going to do kind of like that Korean lip trend where it's darker in the middle. Oh, she's definitely a drier gloss. Like, this is not the typical gloss that's like Fenty or MAC lip gloss. And then just taking my finger around the edges. So this wraps up my sweet look. I think it really did come together, and I'm so excited to now build on top of it and make it a little bit more glam, because you guys know that's me. But in case you guys just don't wear a lot of makeup, or you want to try something new, something fresh, something really quick and easy, this is definitely a look that is really suitable for literally anybody. Like, there's literally one blush involved. So I hope you guys enjoy this one, and let's get into the sultry look. So gotta put up my hair again, get it out the face, get it out the face. So I am going to make this a little bit more something that I would be a little bit more comfortable wearing. So I have a lot of items here that would give me full glam. So I am a little hesitant to go in with cream contour, maybe just a little, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So here I have my Catrice Prime and Fine contouring stick. I'm in the shade medium, and I'm just gonna go ahead and go in only on the perimeter of my face. That blush application that I did, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of everything. So the reason why I'm going in with a cream contour today is actually because I want my bronzer to stand out way more. This isn't a drugstore tutorial. If I don't use my e.l.f. bronzing palette, this is everything. I'm mixing all the shades because, why not? Why not? Why can't we? So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to the areas that I just applied that cream contour. And this is just going to give a little bit more dimension to my cheeks since I have a lot of blush on. And to be honest, the blush is kind of popping, so I'm not going to try and reduce the redness from the blush, or should I say like coralness from the blush, because I like it. I like the way it looks. Now what we are going to do is we're going to try and mattify the foundation as much as we can and kind of sculpt the face a little bit more. So as you can see, my bronzer is a little lower than how I normally would place it, and that's honestly because of the way I did everything. I did blush first, and that's never how I go. But I'm just going to be using the Catrice Light Illusion Loose Powder, and I have the yellow version, and I'm just going to go ahead and take this with my Sigma F35, and I'm going to mattify down the foundation on my forehead, my under eyes, and right under the area where I applied bronzer. And while I'm here, I'm also going to take the powder on the sides of my nose just to bake it a little bit, because there was a little bit of blush that got there. So I want to at least try and minimize that portion of blush, the one that's on my nose. And then here I am just going to take that powder right there. If you guys watched my eyebrow routine video, you guys know that there's another eyebrow brush that I exclusively use, and this one's actually by Real Technique. So with this brush, I'm going to be mixing both of the eyebrow shades. I'm still going to be using the Wet n Wild palette, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to carve out the outer portion of my eyebrow just so it looks a little bit more defined and a little bit more crisp and a little bit more opaque. So I'm just going to start right here on the top and fill it in, and then I'm just going to fade it towards the front. For eyeshadow, I'm going to be taking this Wet n Wild palette, and this is their Rosé in the Air, and this is their dupe for the Modern Renaissance, and honestly I like this formula a little bit better than the Modern Renaissance. It's a little bit more easier to blend and it's a lot more buildable. So I think I'm going to take the shade that would be closest to Bon Fresco, which is this mauve-y dusty pink, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that into my crease. And to make it a little bit more simpler, we are just going to use that same blending brush that we did in the first look. So I'm just going to take that and buff this into the crease. Then I'm going to take that darker red and I'm going to go ahead and apply this into the outer corner. And I'm going to try and make this look as intense as possible, so there's probably going to be a lot of building up to do, and I'm like debating if I want to like really go all in with this shade or if I want to mix in something else, because I have a lid shade that I really want to use, but I'm just unsure if I want this crease color to be the main focus or not. I'm going to take that same color on my Sigma E40 and I'm going to blow this out onto my crease just so that it looks a little bit more dispersed, because this is definitely more of a real blending brush than the other one. The other one was more so for like packing and then blending out if necessary. Now this one will really get the blend down for you. And this is my all-time favorite blending brush. I can't live without it. I had it since I was literally like 15. So it's been through a lot. Okay, she's been through like a million washes. She's been on the floor, in the crevice of the room. She's traveled. She's gone around the world. Well, wait, I haven't really traveled around the world, but you know what I mean. She's traveled with me, and that's what I'm trying to say. Before we move on, I kind of want to dust off this powder, because every single time I look in the mirror, I just see so much powder and I don't see where the look is taking me. So I'm just going to dust that off real quick and figure out like what I'm working with. So I'm going to take this shade right here. And I'm going to go ahead and deepen up my crease with this. I'm taking more of a pinpoint blending brush, and this is going to go right in my direct crease area. And you guessed it, we're doing a cut crease. I'm just going to go ahead and build this up really intensely because I have a lid shade, like I said, that I really want to use, and I feel like I'll give it justice if this look is really dark and intense. We're going to take that Catrice concealer again, and what I like to do is I like to just dot the concealer on my eye. And if you have hooded eyes like me, doing the whole opening your eyes and then closing it again trick works really, really well. So I'm just going to go ahead with my concealer brush again, and we are going to just follow our natural crease. Actually, I'm lying. Whenever I say that, I mean like I'm going to go a little higher than my actual crease whenever I cut my crease in particular, because I have small eyes, and in order for you guys to see it, I have to fake the illusion that my eyelid is bigger than it actually is. I'm going to take another eyeshadow palette from Wet n Wild. This one is their limited edition one. This is their Flock Party, but I really want to go into this really bright magenta shade. I think that's so beautiful, and I'm going to go ahead and pack that on where I applied the concealer, and the concealer should give this color more of a pop because it is a wet base. And I'm just going to see what that did not do anything. This was not what I was anticipating. I was anticipating it to be like so much more bright, so much more vibrant. This kind of just blended into my crease shade, but that's fine. I'm going to continue what I have here on this eye, and then we are probably going to layer something else on top of it just so it looks a little bit more vibrant. This is not a good palette. This is my first time using it, by the way, and I know it looks used, and if I'm being completely honest, in December I decided to buy like all of these Wet n Wild palettes off of a seller on Mercari, and they had a whole bunch of eyeshadow palettes. Initially I wanted to do a video like comparing all the palettes, but Wet n Wild has so many eyeshadow palettes that I was like, it's going to be literally impossible to do like a dedicated video reviewing all of their eyeshadow palettes. So I don't know if I should still do that video just like comparing what I have in my collection. I'm not sure. If you guys are down, like let me know. It will take a while for me to film because that's literally like more than 10 palettes, but I mean, if you're down, then that's all that matters. So in that same palette, I'm going to take this shade called Brow Bone, and I'm going to apply this on top of that lid shade, and hopefully this makes it look a little bit more vibrant. And yes, it does. Yes, it does. Thank you so much. We're going back into the bigger Wet n Wild palette. We're going to take that bright magenta shade, and we're going to drag this under our lash line. And I think this might be the only shade I want to bring down here. And in that same palette, there's a shimmer. This is going to go in the inner corner, as always. Hello. And this is just going to brighten it up even more. Yes, and then bring the rest on the nose. I don't know who you think I am. I don't know if you know, but my favorite all-time eyeliner is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster Pen. I just want them to sponsor me. I want my first sponsored post to be by Physicians Formula with their eye booster pen. I think until then, I think that's when I made it. Until they sponsor me, I think that's when I know that I'm good. I am, should I do a wing? Might as well. I already did it. Like, it's done. We're gonna take that same gloss, but we're gonna go full pigment, like full draw on with it instead of trying to sheer it out. This feels like literally like a liquid lip, like a liquefied lipstick. Like if I melted one, because it doesn't feel like a gloss at all. And for the first time since freshman year of high school, I'm gonna wear some ELF lashes, and these ones are the ones in collaboration with ELFxWeylie, and I am so excited to use these. I've been on the hunt for them, and I finally found them at Ulta, so I'm going to go ahead and apply these. These are pretty natural. They're not as dramatic as I want it, but these are like my only drugstore lashes that I own right now. So we're gonna make it work, and we're gonna wear them. Alright you guys, I was up this video. Hope you guys all really enjoy. I wonder which one was your favorite look. I definitely, knowing me, I do like the Sultry look a little bit better. I just feel like it's so much more vampy, so much more luxurious, and I'm really digging this lip. You guys never see me wear like dark, bold berry lips like this because I often think that the formula on most berry lips are very patchy and they're not pigmented, and this one is lightweight, but it looks good and it feels good. So this might change it for me. This really might change it. So I hope you guys all enjoy the look, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Peace out, Girl Scouts.